by the correct way, Pete?
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of with the game plan my coach and I had set up, it was pretty spot on. You know, mixing it up, like moving very well, keeping her on her toes, and I mean, it worked every point, you know, and you could tell mentally she was not liking it.
Your match count is super, super high this summer. How did you kind of start off in New York? What was the mindset? How are you feeling?
I was feeling pretty good coming in. I started working with a new coach actually during Cleveland, and we've connected really well, and I feel like my game has improved tremendously since I started working with him. Just the way, you know, he talks to me and whatnot, I think it's a really good relationship that's going on, and I feel a lot more confident on court, so it helps. Eric Heichtman. He used to work with Serena and Venus.
What are you guys kind of drilling down on?
Yeah.
Mostly, you know, swinging, and if I'm gonna miss it deep, because I have a lot of power, and the problem is when I don't swing, I'm just your average player. That's not what got me to where I am, especially in those tight moments, you know, I have to swing. I'm not just here to put balls in the court, I'm here to, like, promote myself. I'm here kind of thing, yeah.
How much did the Roland Garros success you had this year help you with the rest of the slams and getting to the third round for the first time here and having done it there? I mean, you've been steadily moving up, but how much did that impact and give you more confidence?
It's helped a lot, you know, especially with a top 20 win there. Definitely boosted the confidence, but then I think that confidence kind of got shot with Parasite like the next week, so that didn't help. But I'm back, so we're good.
So much college, I'm writing about you for Austin as well, so much college success on the tour now with women. I mean, Fiona Crawley made it through, and Danielle Collins and all that. Talk a little about your UT experience and how much that helped prepare you for the Pro Tour, if you could.
I think the biggest thing for me is I matured a lot off court and on court. I had to not only look out for myself, but other team members. I came in and played one right away as a freshman, so that was a lot of responsibility that I had to uphold. So I think, you know, kind of bringing that into the Pro Tour, I don't have to look after 10 other girls as well. I just have to look after me. So it's a lot easier doing that than it was in college.
The mother hen.
Yeah.
But your UT game, UT really helped you develop, you feel like, and get you ready for the tour.
Yeah, I think college is awesome.
Was there ever any debate in your mind about college or straight to tour?
My parents said unless I was top 50 or making main draw slams, I was going to college.
Wow.
So
that was like the marker.
Yeah, and I was like 405 in the world, so I was like, yeah, no, we're going to college. And that was also when COVID hit, so it worked out almost perfectly. I got it, and then I had an injury in the fall of my sophomore year when I was debating, actually, after my freshman year, I said I was maybe going to leave, and then I actually got a foot injury that fall, and I went back to college, and it kind of worked out because, you know, I wasn't going to play anyway, so got more of an education, and then went from there.
So like it's a sign that you should stay.
Yeah, sign that I should have stayed, so we're good.
Did you graduate?
No, I did not. So I went for 2 years, and then I left. Now I can go back at any point I want and continue those 2 years, so that was like a no-brainer. I can take online classes through a college in Texas. It's just a little cheaper that way, and they transfer over. I'm going to do that maybe in the preseason. I was going to do it last preseason, but it was my first preseason. I was like a little overwhelmed, so I was like, you know what, we're going to wait for that a little bit. So
do you know how many credit shy you are? Like, do you know what the...
I don't quite know what I want to do. I declared in kinesiology because I want to stay in the sports realm, but I've always wanted to become a dentist, and I know that's extremely hard. Yeah, I don't know why. I just have always wanted to. So I know that's really hard, so I'm going to take my time down that route.
As a kid growing up in Cincinnati, and we have so many Cincinnati players here lately playing Labor Day weekend at the U.S. Open, I mean, tell me what that's going to feel like. I mean, you watch the Open, you watch Labor Day weekend, it's always been a huge thing, and what are you looking forward to about that?
I mean, people show up for the Americans here, and I'm loving it. I'm here for that. So they're loud. They were loud during my match. You know, I thrive off of that kind of energy, kind of like at the French. You know, they were loud for me in one of my matches, and I love that. And even if they aren't loud for me and they're loud for my opponent, kind of like creates a fire, like, okay, prove them wrong that you're going to win. Like, I like that.
French like Americans?
They did in my match. They did in mine.
That's a new one.
Peyton, I'm sorry, I definitely should know this, bad journalism, but if your parents are telling you top 50 or college, it doesn't seem, is it athletic background in your family? Do they come from sports? How did you kind of get into tennis?
Yeah, so my mom was a gymnast, actually, for University of Texas. left didn't have any influence on where I went to school. She was happy. she was very happy with my choice, but she didn't push too much, but that was where I did visit first. My dad went to a small school in Kentucky. Kind of played tennis. He'll tell you he played a lot, but he didn't. Just did it for recreational reasons. But I actually got into tennis because I was in my neighbor's backyard hitting with those plastic bats, a wiffle ball, and I was just rifling the ball over the house.
Wow.
And our neighbor's like, you should put her in a softball. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. And then my neighbor played tennis. She was like, well, what about tennis? Like, they have really cute outfits. It's like, sold into tennis. That is how I play tennis. My mom, she's a big shotter, so she's loving it. She still shots for me. So.
Is she here?
Oh yeah, she's here.
You and JJ used to hit together a little bit, right? You guys know each other pretty well?
We know each other. We never hit, just because he was a little bit older, but we grew up knowing them. I mean,
And Katie, you knew.
yeah,
obviously.
I mean, I think it's funny because there's a brother-sister duo between all three of us. I have a brother who plays tennis, Danielle and JJ, and then
Alex,
John and Katie.
yeah.
Like, what are the odds?
But you've known Katie for a long time, and she's had
Yeah.
great success here.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows each other. My brother and I are the youngest of the batch, but we know everyone.
Just to go back to your coach just a little bit, what other kinds of things has he been saying to you that is sort of ringing the bell for you for whatever reason? And
I think during the matches, he gives me that confidence, kind of like, you know, if I'm up 40-love in the game and maybe I look like I'm like, okay, like relaxing, he's like, show him how tough you are, like bring the heat, or like he'll just say these little motivational things, kind of like to keep the fire going, or, you know, he'll kind of steer me in the right direction, which I like a lot. I like to communicate on court a lot, express my feelings sometimes. You know, he cracked a joke in that last game, kind of helped me relax, and it helped a lot. So he kind of knows what to say, when to say it, and it works.
What do you last
Your,
year?
your next opponent, I think they're still playing Bolter, and yeah, did that match end? I'm not sure if they were
I
still
think they're in
playing.
the third, yeah.
Yeah, thoughts on both of them and your history with them, or thoughts on playing them?
I've only played Bolter once in Austin, and it was 6-6-6. I think it was like one of the longest matches at the beginning of the year. So, we'll see.
And why you haven't played them?
I have not played her now, so
So you and Katie are pretty even matched.
yeah. So it'll be a long one.